fucking right to the early morning. No, this ain't no love song. It's gonna be the soundtrack. Baby, you gon' fall back. That's the way we get.
What is going on YouTube? This is Cops360 here, and I was just thinking, we've got AMD's Mantle coming, we've got NVIDIA's G-Sync coming. I mean, the PC platform is just changing for the better. I mean, you look at things like Mantle and G-Sync, as I just said, these are two technologies from both GPU vendors that could possibly change the whole game, change everything, make everything interesting. So now this is just a video explaining to you guys why Mantle and G-Sync will change the PC game forever. Now firstly, if you guys don't know what Mantle is, it's pretty much a low-level API which is supposed to replace DirectX. Now if you guys don't know what DirectX is, it's like an API. I'm not a real expert on this, but it pretty much controls a lot of like the gameplay, the textures and all that shit. I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm not going to try to, but what I pretty much know is on consoles, the reason the console has really good like performance or frame rates, regardless of how shit the specs are. And when I say shit, I'm referring to like Xbox 360 or PS3. Like the reason they can run Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 is because they have a low-level API. Now, of course, AMD wants to bring that kind of power and technology and software from the console all the way to PC, and that's what Mantle is. It's a low-level API that is supposed to give you better performance for lower specifications, and it's supposed to just accelerate your GPU performance. Now, a lot of games at the moment, they're very hardware reliant. If you don't have the hardware for it, then you're gonna have a really bad time. So people at the lower end of the spectrum, when it comes to GPUs, they struggle a lot with a lot of games. However, Mantle could be changing that, and I think this applies the most to APUs. Now, with AMD's APUs, they have they're not great. I mean, they still use DDR3 RAM. They don't use GDDR5. They use DDR3. The CPU part, it's like a quad core. It's nothing special, but it's still reasonably good. And something like Mantle could absolutely accelerate the power of an APU, especially on like the 7850K, which has I think 512 GCN cores. Now, honestly, that would be sick. Can you just imagine an APU combined with Mantle? And since Battlefield 4, for example, is getting Mantle soon, and an APU is specifically optimized for Battlefield 4, you could be getting some really good performance at like real cheap dirt prices. I mean, that's really good. That's something that's truly promising for PC. I mean, not to mention, apparently AMD plans on making Mantle open so that NVIDIA can use it. Now, will NVIDIA actually choose to use it? I don't know. You know how NVIDIA is. They like to use their own stuff, make it proprietary, all that shit. That's just how they roll. I don't really have a problem with it, but sometimes it's kind of annoying. But getting back to the point, it's supposed to be open so other people can use it. So other game devs, especially like indie devs, can use it if they want to. If they don't use DX11, it's awesome. It's really good, and it's really good for the PC community and PC gaming in general. Mantle truly will be awesome, and I can't wait for it to come out on Battlefield 4 so I can actually see what kind of performance it gets. Now, on the AMD optimized demos, like the Oxide demo, it was getting like something like a 40 to at least 40% performance gain. However, you know, it's AMD optimized, so I don't know. When it comes out, we'll see. We'll see. And then we move on to NVIDIA's G-Sync. G-Sync is also epic. Now, pretty much, you guys know what V-Sync does. V-Sync pretty much will cap the frame rate at 60 frames per second, so it'll sync it up with your monitor's refresh rate so that you do not get like screen tearing when you go over. The problem with this is that it creates input lag, and it's kind of annoying. It's what puts a lot of people off, the input lag that you get from VSync. So with G-Sync, that changes everything. The frame rate will pretty much like always match the monitor. Like I don't know, I can't really explain it once again. However, apparently it eliminates it doesn't eliminate G-Sync. It eliminates screen tearing, eliminates frame rate lag. Eliminates input lag, sorry, and also it's awesome. Apparently it's sick. Now Linus from Linus Tech Tips tried it himself. He said it's the next big thing. It will change the game. And coming from him, I would accept that. I reckon that's legit. It looks really good. and just the only problem with it is that it's a bit expensive. Like you can buy a kit for like 200 something bucks, but it only has compatibility with certain monitors, and the certain monitors that actually have it are pretty expensive, and all of that, all that BS. But it takes a while. It takes a while, and the last advantage with G-Sync is that it's supposed to have smooth gameplay at even like lower frame rates. So even if you're playing at like 30 or like 33, 35, 40, maybe even in the high 20s, you won't be experiencing like really bad like frame rates. It won't feel like it. There's a difference between having it and feeling it. If you can't feel it, then it won't really matter. For example, Far Cry 3, I had it on like an NVIDIA GeForce GT 630M, absolutely crap GPU. However, I could play Far Cry 3 on pretty high settings on at 900p, I believe it was, and it felt smooth, even though the frame rate was reasonably low. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about these new technologies. I'm off to go play some games. See you guys later.